Hey friends, Jill here. Welcome back to Whispering Willow Farm. As you can see, I'm out in my tunnel this morning and I am weeding beds. I've got the Brussels sprouts behind me and my cultivation hoe that I usually use. It's I think it's called like a stirrup hoe. I can't really use it in this bed. It just ends up like breaking a lot of the leaves off of my Brussels sprouts, and so I've just been going in and like hand weeding. I am noticing that I'm having a bit more weeds in the beds that I amended with, it was like coarse compost from our friends. They like came and dumped a huge load, which was great, but it is kind of, you know, producing quite a bit of weeds. And I'm going through and just like snapping off some of the lower leaves of the Brussels sprouts. I think I might have mentioned this last year in prior videos. When you end up like taking these leaves off, what it's doing is sending all the plant's energy into like forming the actual Brussels sprout and not just the foliage. And so I like to go through and do that, and I'll continue to do that as the plant continues to grow. And then we will just take these. You could saute them up and eat them just like you would any other type of green, like a turnip green or a collard green. But I'm just feeding these to the pigs because they're just right here and I really don't have any, like I'm not eating them right now anyway. So that is something that you can do. But while I was weeding, I wanted to talk to you guys because we are planning a trip to South Carolina to see Jess and Maya for a really cool reason. One, we want to see their farm. We want to hug their necks. This is probably the longest since we've been friends, like we've gone without seeing each other. So Jess and I were talking about that, and we just really want to see each other, and I want to see their farm and just see what's going on. And so we're excited to be planning our first visit out there, which is going to be really awesome. But if you guys remember last year, Jess and I worked on a growing gardener's course. It was a course just really teaching you how to grow vegetables and have a successful gardening season. We had so much fun shooting this course.
Right now, I'm trying really hard to like sound professional because this is hard. This is not just a YouTube video. I feel like
You done paid me money.
I owe them my best.
And I'm not helping you at all because I'm like, yeah, I'm just waiting to kind of take your cues.
Okay, we're gonna start from the top.
Okay. Oh, it is a level of like
It's
added expectation.
It's like, gosh, we gotta be good.
Okay. Maybe we should take 3. We had a podcast that we did where we got to just sit down in her camper and just have really meaningful, deep conversations. That was really fun. We had a lot of PDFs that we wrote up and put in there and encouraged you guys to print those off. And we really just wanted to kind of take all the content that her and I have both, you know, shot over the years and just kind of put it in this cohesive course, start to finish, everything you need to know to be a successful gardener. And it was such a joy to do. We have relaunched that. So it will be available this month. We are really encouraging people to get it, you know, for a Christmas present if you have that gardener in your life. So we are real excited to have relaunched the Growing Gardener course. The link is down below. And the fun thing too, you guys, when you purchase this Growing Gardeners course, you are helping fly me and my family out to South Carolina, not only to see Jess and Maya, but Jessica and I will be doing a live Q&A on her farm, answering your guys' questions that have taken the course. And so we thought that would be really fun, really sweet, you guys having a hand in flying our family out there and just asking us all the questions. It doesn't even have to be course related. If you just want to know, you know, how we're taking over their farm, whatever, nothing is off limits. It'll be a live Q&A. Usually we do them about a 2-hour long. So that's really fun. So the link will be down below if you want to check that out and purchase it, or purchase it for the gardener in your life. We're real excited about that. I also think that I'm going to harvest some cabbage in a minute too. I really wanted to show you guys. We have so much cabbage, and as you saw, Nathan got his freeze dryer, and so he's been so crazy at work right now that he hasn't even had a chance to take it out of the box. And so that is one of our goals for this weekend, is for him to get that bad boy out of the box so we can really start like figuring out, so we can start dehydrating some stuff. All right, I got a decent amount. Let's go give these to the piggies real quick. We had some pumpkins that some friends gave us the other day, and we went and took that out there. The pigs loved it. Hey, piggy piggies. Hey, piggy piggies. So I wanted to take a minute and tell you guys, maybe you are watching this video and you hear me kind of touching on the Growing Gardeners course, but you don't really know what it is or why we did it. I really just want to sit down for a second and tell you mine and Jessica's heart behind creating this course. So Jessica and I have been friends for a long time. We've been friends for several years, and it has been a friendship that has just been so stinking sweet. And now I live on her property, and just like the whole story just keeps getting better and better. And we'd really sit down and, you know, we get a lot of emails, we get a lot of comments, we get a lot of messages from a lot of people, and the general census of all of these messages are either, I really want a garden but I don't know where to start, or there's so much information out there, where do I even begin? So it's either the fear of starting or being overwhelmed by not knowing where to start. And so when we had talked about this, I mean, a couple years ago at this point, like this was an idea, we wanted to, one, extend an invitation for you guys to have intimate conversations with us. And I think that like the podcast version of our course was actually what was the most special to Jessica and I. Like, we love teaching people, but in the course, you getting those, you know, hour-long podcasts, it just kind of gave you an opportunity to grab your cup of coffee and sit down and like listen to our conversations, which I think was really sweet. We love doing that. But we wanted to have everything you needed. Say you are a beginner gardener, or maybe, you know, you've grown a garden for a couple seasons, or maybe you're just thinking about growing a garden. You really have all the information you needed packed into this one course. It was, we did it live when we launched it. It was a 6-week-long course. So by the time you got done with it, you would be starting your seeds and ready to just like tackle your spring garden. Now when you purchase it, it will all the content will come to you at first, but you can, it's a do it at your own pace, right? You don't have to finish it. And once you have access to the content, you will always have access to the content. And so that is another question we've kind of been getting a lot, is if I purchase it, will I always have access to it? Absolutely. You can go back and reference it. We actually really recommend that you print off a lot of things that are in the content within itself and put it in a binder, write down your whys. These are all things that we dive into in much more in depth. But I do hope that if you've been on the fence about this, this kind of encourages you to do it, because we do have faith in you that you can do it. And we love seeing people grow food, right? Because we're so much better together than we are apart. And so if Jess and I can put together a course and we can inspire you and encourage you to grow food so that you can then inspire and encourage someone else to grow food, then it was definitely worth it. But if you have more specific questions about the course itself, please feel free to leave it in a comment. You can send me an email. We will be sure to get back to you on that. But I have been waiting to harvest a cabbage with you guys, so let's go do it. All right, guys, I am, one, super pumped to harvest this, but two, I am super pumped to go inside and see how much this bad boy weighs. So I'm using, because I've been trying to like do better about like mentioning tools that we're using. This is for lettuce, actually, is what it's specifically for. You can see how like it's got that round curve to the top. But this is also amazing for harvesting like heads of cabbages or heads of cauliflower or broccoli or whatever. These are like some of my favorite, I call them like machete knives. I don't actually know the name of them. I'll try to find a link and put it down below. They came from Johnny's, which is where I buy. Johnny's and Haas Tools is where I get most of my tools from, just because they're really, really good. All right, here goes nothing. Are we ready? Let's see. It's really bright out here. We also take these off and feed them to the pigs, which is what I'll do in a second. I can't wait to show this to you guys. I'm telling you, the fall and winter garden are by far my favorite. All right. I'm gonna ask you guys to give me a drum roll, please. Okay, here we have it. Check out that stinking head of cabbage, y'all. That is huge. It's like literally as big as my head. That's so awesome. Okay, we're gonna take it inside. First, we're gonna feed the scraps to the piggies. We're gonna take this inside and we're gonna weigh it. And we're not gonna tell Nathan that I stole one of his cabbages to freeze dry to go inside and eat for lunch. Let me grab my baby here. Oh, I love growing food. I also harvested a huge carrot the other day when my sister came over. I still have not been putting the walls down on the tunnel. Everything seems to be doing just fine. It got to like 27 last night, but we were pretty good. All right, so I did get my sourdough fed this morning, trying to see if she'll grow. I had some issues. It like kind of went to acetone, where it kind of like smells like that, and I had to discard and refeed, and I've been doing that for the last few days, trying to get her back on track, so we'll see. But let's see how much this cabbage weighs. All right, here goes nothing. All right, it weighs 3 pounds, 6.5 ounces. Wow. I really cannot believe that I grew a 3-pound cabbage. And the crazy thing is this is one of the smaller cabbages that we have. I grew a different variety, and there's one that has to be at least 5 or 6 pounds. I have no idea. I am documenting though how many pounds. So like I calculated the other one was like a 2-pound cabbage. This one's like 3, and so I want to see like how many pounds of cabbage I was actually able to grow. I think that would be really fun. But thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. Thank you guys so much who support us and our farm and what we're doing, and support Jess and Maya by purchasing our course, helping us fly our family out to South Carolina to see them. We appreciate you guys so much. But thanks for hanging out with me. I'll talk to you soon.